Hey guys, Continuum007 here, bringing you a review of The Dark Below, the recent Destiny DLC. And it's not bad. It's horrible. It's not worth the money I paid for it. I'm just gonna get right into it. You get like 3 missions that are added on, and none of them are interesting. None of them have new enemy types or new places to explore, and it's just horrible. There aren't any new enemy types, and like I said, no new areas. I don't know what else to say about it. That's like the thing that bothers me the most about it, I think, are those two things. You know, I can't speak for the multiplayer. I haven't played much of it, and I don't know if I'm gonna throw up a review of that or not because I don't really see a point on talking about multiplayer maps. If there's one thing that I have to say about this DLC, it's like icing on the cake of the train wreck of 2014 gaming. Just with everything that's happened this year, Assassin's Creed Unity, how buggy that was. I didn't play it, but apparently it's incredibly buggy. Then there's Halo: The Master Chief Collection. The multiplayer was unplayable. Again, they've patched some of that, but you know, I'm just gonna say this. I think if there's one thing that developers need to learn from this year, it's probably that they need to take their time more. And part of this is the fault of the consumer. We all want stuff now, but it just it's not worth it when the product comes out unfinished and ridiculous. And the reason I'm adding this DLC into this, the reason I think that this DLC is comparable with all the other listed failures is because, like I said, it's boring, it's repetitive, doesn't add anything new to the game, and while it's not buggy, I feel like they could have done a better job with DLC. And the other reason that I include this in the train wreck is because now, because of this DLC, they removed a couple of playlists from the game that were available, and I think they're working on this, but they removed the strike playlists, which were available once a week, and they locked those up, and if you don't buy the DLC, you can't play it. I actually have the DLC, and I can't play it, so I don't know what the deal is with that, what they're doing to solve that problem, but again, it's just, I think they caused that, and taking away content from a game, I don't care how they're trying to justify it. I think the reason was that there were new strikes added into the DLC, but somehow people who didn't have the DLC were getting into those strike playlists, so they like kind of locked it up. And that's not right. It really isn't that they locked everyone out like that. And yeah, it's just the icing on the cake of this train wreck year, and I think that's pretty much all I have to say about that. And developers, please, please, for the love of God, finish your games before they come out and put a little more thought and effort into them. I really don't want this next generation of gaming to be defined by this year. If it is, then I'm probably done after this generation, or at least with some titles anyway. I mean, when I look at companies like Nintendo compared to other companies right now, they finish their games, they're not buggy or anything, and I've just become more of a fan of theirs after this year. Anyway, I think that's all I have to say about that. Continuum007, I hope you enjoyed, and avoid this DLC at all costs. See you later.
Now that Sardon has fallen, come see me. There is more to do. The rest of Crota's disciples will not cease until Earth is ready for their master's return.